the 6-time European gold medalist, undisputed super lightweight champion of the world, the pride of the Emerald Isle, ladies and gentlemen,
This Irish girl, Katie Taylor, is the biggest threat Dakota Ditcheva has ever faced. She is a proper fighter, a complete fighter. Her record, better than Dakota's. Her kicking ability, elite level. Her punching power, absolutely devastating. She's not just another opponent, she's a legend. And her experience, it dwarfs anything Dakota has seen in her career.
Katie Taylor!
It's a sharp start for the theory.
And the championship distances 10 2-minute rounds, so it's not much. First hand grab with Kapinska, but so we're getting to a woman. She can fight. She's a boxer, she's a fighter. Look at where softly spoken outside of the ring. She really is, and she just changes completely when that bell goes. Getting that right hand to the body, there's not much coming back here from Kapinska, but Williams is having a really good look. He's going to jump in anytime now, I think. Anytime now.
Stay with us, because this could reshape the entire landscape of women's combat sports. That name? Katie Taylor. Stay with us, because this could reshape the entire landscape of women's combat sports. For those who don't know Katie Taylor, let me paint you a picture. This Irish warrior isn't just a fighter, she's the fighter. We're talking about a woman who many consider the greatest female boxer of all time. Let's look at the numbers. Professional record, 25 wins, just 1 loss. But those numbers don't tell the whole story. Taylor was the undisputed lightweight champion from 2019 to 2024. She's currently the undisputed super lightweight champion. She's held every major belt simultaneously. Before going pro, 5 consecutive gold medals at the Women's World Championships, Olympic gold in 2012. She created the blueprint for women's boxing. But here's what makes Taylor truly dangerous. She's not just a boxer. Her amateur career included football, Gaelic football, and athletics. She's a complete athlete with world-class footwork, devastating combinations, and championship experience that dwarfs almost anyone in combat sports today. At 39 years old, Taylor has fought the absolute best. Amanda Serrano beat her 3 times. Delfine Persoon, twice. These weren't just wins. These were wars against elite-level competition. Now let's talk about why Katie Taylor represents the biggest threat Dakota Ditcheva has ever faced. Dakota Ditcheva has been unstoppable. 15 fights, 15 wins, 12 by knockout. But there's a name that's been circulating in combat sports circles that could change everything. a name that carries weight, legacy, and an unmatched level of elite competition. Experience. Dakota is 26 with 15 professional MMA fights. Taylor, over 100 amateur boxing bouts, 26 professional fights, and she's been in the ring with 7 division world champions. The level of competition isn't even comparable. Taylor has fought on the biggest stages, Madison Square Garden, multiple times. She's headlined historic cards. Dakota is still building her name. Striking ability. Dakota is known for her knockout power, yes, but Taylor's combinations are legendary. We're talking about rapid-fire 6, 7, 8 punch combinations thrown with precision and power. Her jab alone has controlled world champions. Her bodywork, it's dropped Olympic-level athletes.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
But not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Oh, beautiful knee.
Oh, the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn, and the knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Nagla. And an elbow from Dakota.
Naba can't take a lot of those knees.
They're fighting IQ. Taylor has fought the smartest tactical battles in women's boxing. She's gone toe-to-toe with pressure fighters, counter-punchers, and aggressive brawlers, and found ways to win. She adjusts mid-fight. She's been through adversity and come back stronger. Punching power. Don't let the boxing gloves fool you. Taylor has 6 knockouts in professional boxing, and in smaller gloves, that power becomes even more devastating. She's hurt every single opponent she's faced. Defensive skills.
Guts! Glory! History made again! Taylor and Serrano with an epic encounter! What more do you want from professional boxing? Simply incredible!
Wow.
Dakota relies on aggression. Taylor? She can fight moving forward or backward. Her footwork is elite. She slips punches, rolls with shots, and makes you miss before countering. In MMA, where the striking defense isn't as refined, Taylor's pure boxing skills would be a massive advantage. The truth is, Katie Taylor is a complete fighter who's done it all, beaten the best, and proven herself time and time again at the highest level. Of course, Dakota Ditcheva isn't one to back down from anyone. The undefeated PFL champion caught wind of the Taylor comparisons and took to Twitter with a message that's got everyone talking. Respect to Katie Taylor and everything she's accomplished in boxing. A true legend, but this is MMA. Different games, different rules. I've finished 12 opponents in the cage, beat a seasoned vet in Tyla Santos, and I'm just getting started. If she wants to step into my world, the PFL cage is open. Let's see how that legendary boxing translates when kicks, knees, and takedowns are on the menu. I'm not worried about threats. I'm focused on becoming the most dominant champion this sport has ever seen.
I mean, I've been telling you. I was trying to tell you, but...
You think they're going to listen now, right?
Maybe. I'm sure they'll still be moaning about me, but I'll just keep proving them wrong.
You're the first person to prove this system. Europe belt, world championship. What's next for you?
Oh, I don't know. The world is mine. I don't know. We'll have to sit together with PFL and see what we can come up with. But I just beat the best girl that's out there out of any other division. So, outside of any other division. So, I don't know. Me and PFL, I'm sure, will come out with something amazing again. Right from the beginning of this season, if I'd got her in the first round, I would have done the same thing. And they've been talking, and she's been saying, she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
Bold words from the young champion, and she makes a fair point. MMA is a different beast. But the question remains, has Dakota faced anyone with Katie Taylor's level of striking expertise, championship pedigree, and mental toughness? Dana White's shocking message to PFL champion Dakota Ditcheva after witnessing UFC fighter Luana Santos in training. And trust me, what he said has the entire combat sports community talking. Dakota's response on Twitter? Let's just say she didn't hold back. This is the rivalry nobody saw coming, but everyone wants to see now.
Luana Santos!
Big right hand from Egger, but she overswung.
Oh, nice
call. There as well.
There you go. Trying to build a base. Oh, now the right out. There is points on. Oh, she's cranking on it. Just a few seconds left. Oh, she's got it.
For those who don't know, let me paint the picture. On one side, we have Dakota Ditcheva, the 26-year-old British phenom who just made history in November 2024. She became the youngest PFL champion ever, the first British female MMA world champion, and walked away with a cool $1 million after destroying Tyla Santos with vicious body shots. Dakota's record, an unblemished 15-0 with 12 knockouts. She's a former Muay Thai world champion who's been demolishing opponents left and right in the PFL. Born to a Bulgarian father and a kickboxing champion mother, this woman was literally born to fight.
Club and a right hand. Oh, another one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer face! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Now, on the other side, we have Luana Santos, the 24-year-old Brazilian powerhouse, currently tearing through the UFC's bantamweight division. With a 6-1 record, Luana comes from an elite judo background. We're talking Pan-American and Brazilian champion level. She made her UFC debut in August 2023 and scored a first-round knockout against TUF champion Juliana Miller, her first KO ever. Two undefeated champions at the top of their game, both young, both hungry. But what Dana White said has turned this from respect into rivalry. So here's where it gets spicy. Dana White, the UFC president who never holds his tongue, was reportedly watching Luana Santos training at the UFC Performance Institute. And what he saw made him send a message that has rocked the MMA world. According to sources, Dana White reached out with a statement about Dakota Ditcheva that included not just praise for Luana's fighting skills, but also comments about appearance, specifically saying Luana is prettier than the PFL champion. Now, we all know Dana speaks his mind, but this crossed into territory that has fans divided.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
The full context of his message praised Luana's judo-based grappling, her improved striking, and her potential to be a megastar in the UFC. But then came that comparison. The looks, the marketability, the complete package. He essentially threw down the gauntlet, suggesting that if these two ever met, Luana Santos would be the one standing tall. Here's the thing, folks. Dakota Ditcheva has never been finished. She's submitted opponents, knocked them out cold with body shots that would drop a heavyweight, and she just beat a former UFC title challenger in Tyla Santos. For Dana to make these statements, that's not just confidence in Luana, that's a challenge to Dakota and the entire PFL. Now, Dakota Ditcheva is not someone who backs down from anyone. And when she caught wind of Dana White's comments, she took to Twitter, or X, whatever we're calling it now, and fired back. Her message was short, sharp, and absolutely savage. Dakota tweeted, "Funny how some people judge fights based on looks instead of knockouts. My record speaks louder than anyone's opinions. Come to the PFL and find out what real power feels like. 15-0 for a reason." But she didn't stop there. In a follow-up tweet, she added, "Respect to all fighters, but if you want to compare, let's compare what matters. Who's finished their opponents, who's undefeated, who's a world champion. Numbers don't lie, neither do body shots." The MMA Twitter community exploded. You've got Team Dakota saying she's absolutely right. This is a sport about fighting, not a beauty pageant. They're pointing to her perfect record, her devastating power, and the fact that she just won $1 million tournament. Then you've got Team Luana saying the UFC is the premier organization, and if Dakota was so confident, she'd be trying to sign with the UFC instead of staying in the PFL. They're hyping up Luana's judo credentials and saying her grappling would neutralize Dakota's striking. This has turned into an all-out social media war, people. Here's what's really interesting about all of this. It's showing how much women's MMA has grown. We're talking about two champions in different organizations, both with massive followings, both with highlight reel finishes, and both being discussed as potential superstars. Could this fight actually happen? Well, that's the million-dollar question, literally, since Dakota just won $1 million. Cross-promotional fights are rare, but not impossible. We've seen it with boxing, and MMA has had its moments. Imagine the build-up, imagine the trash talk, imagine the styles clash. Dakota's devastating Muay Thai and those body shots that crumple opponents versus Luana's world-class judo and improving striking. Dakota fights at flyweight, Luana at bantamweight, but catchweight fights happen all the time for super fights. The real winner here? Women's MMA. Because whether you're Team Dakota or Team Luana, everyone is talking about women's combat sports right now. And that attention, that passion, that drama, it elevates everyone in the sport.
Look at the damage so far in this fight. It's been one-way trap.
Oh, nasty knee with the middle from Dakota. And a flurry down to the body. Here's the elbow. Back elbow. And now a left hand. And she's showing off now.
So there you have it, fight fans. Dana White drops a bombshell, Dakota Ditcheva fires back on Twitter, and we've got ourselves a rivalry that might just lead to the biggest women's MMA super fight in history. What do you think? Is Dana out of line for his comments? Is Dakota right to clap back? And most importantly, who would win if these two ever stepped into the cage together? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss breaking MMA news, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see Dakota versus Luana become a reality.
Great control here by Sarah, but she needs to have a plan here because she's going to lose this position. And Cyborg's taking the back.
And that's why the scarf hold position was banned from Sarah Collins in training for a while. Here comes a choke attempt from Cyborg. She used the heel kicks to try and soften up the defense of Sarah Collins.
Your fingers out of gloves, Sarah. Get your
That
fingers
looks
out of
rough.
gloves.
Forearm right across the jaw, which can be a submission in its own right.
It's just a straight face bar here, but Cyborg's got the power for the
It's
squeeze.
a tap!
Oh, wow.
Third round submission for Cyborg and another championship.
Chris Cyborg, the WMMA icon, the quintuple champion, the woman who has held gold in every major promotion, just submitted Sarah Collins at PFL Lion to capture another world title. But it's what she said after the fight that has the entire MMA world buzzing. She wants Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated British phenom, versus the Brazilian legend in what could be Cyborg's retirement fight. Experience versus youth, striking versus well-rounded mastery. And the stakes, absolutely massive.
But because I'm not alone, you know, my team around me make a plan, training, everything. Next for me, I would like to fight. I'm gonna fight again in MMA next year. So this is gonna be my last fight in MMA. And then I would like to do some boxing fights before I finish because I love it. Maybe I can fight here in Leo. But the next one for me, so I would like to fight Leah McCourt. She was the champion, the Bellator. But if she not be available, I can go make some weight cut, something, meeting in the middle with Dakota. She's beating everybody her division, 135, or we think about what we're gonna do, but I believe it's gonna be good.
Let's start with what happened Saturday night in Dessignes, France, at the LDLC Arena. PFL Lion delivered a co-main event for the ages. Chris Cyborg defended her PFL Featherweight Championship against the undefeated Sarah Collins, who came into this fight 6-0 and hungry to make a name for herself. Collins is a 35-year-old former judoka from Australia with serious grappling credentials. On paper, this looked like a legitimate test for the 40-year-old legend.
Forearm right across the jaw, which can be a submission in its own right.
It's just a straight face bar here, but Cyborg's got the power for the squeeze.
It's a tap!
Oh, wow.
Third round submission for Cyborg and another championship.
But Cyborg, she put on an absolute clinic. This was only the second submission victory of Cyborg's entire 32-fight career. Her first submission came against Arlene Blenko back in 2020. So for Cyborg to finish Collins with her grappling against a judo expert no less, that's a statement. At 40 years old, she's not just winning, she's evolving. After the submission, Cyborg climbed the cage and roared at the French crowd in celebration. She's now 29 and 2 with 1 no contest, and she's added another championship to her legendary collection, officially becoming the inaugural PFL Featherweight Champion.
Body kick by the challenger, level change, and Cyborg ends up on top. Ground and pound. Hammer fist from the champion. It's over. Chris Cyborg with her 12th first round knockout finish. Chris Cyborg remains Bellator Featherweight Champion.
But the real fireworks came after the fight. First, she mentioned Leah McCourt, the 33-year-old Northern Irish fighter who held the Bellator featherweight title. McCourt has an 8-4 record but hasn't fought since being submitted by Sarah Collins last year. That's option number 1. But then came the call-out that broke the internet. Cyborg said, and I quote, "If she's not available, I can go make a weight cut and meet in the middle with Dakota. She's beating everybody in her division. 135. Or we'll think about what we are gonna do. I think it's gonna be good." Let me repeat that. Chris Cyborg is willing to cut weight to make a super fight with Dakota Ditcheva happen. Now, this is huge for several reasons. Cyborg fights at 145 pounds, featherweight. Dakota Ditcheva fights at 125 pounds, flyweight. That's a 20-pound difference. Cyborg is suggesting they meet at a catchweight, possibly 135 pounds, which is bantamweight, or maybe 140 pounds. In an exclusive interview with Bloody Elbow, Cyborg revealed more about her retirement plans. She said, "Next year we are preparing to celebrate 21 years in the sport. I'm really thankful. I have to enjoy every single moment, every part of training, every time I step in the cage or the ring, because it's going to finish and I have to give everything."
And get you against the cage.
Oh, and it's right hand. Hammer fist. Chris Cyborg makes the statement in round 1. Mamma mia!
For those who might not know, let me introduce you to Dakota Ditcheva, because this young woman is an absolute problem. Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva is a 27-year-old fighter from Manchester, England. She's currently undefeated at 15-0, with 12 of those wins coming by knockout. 12 knockouts in 15 fights. That's an 80% finish rate.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
In 2024, she made history by becoming the first British woman to win an MMA world title when she knocked out Taila Santos in the PFL Flyweight Tournament Finals. She won the tournament and took home the $1 million prize. And get this, she became the youngest champion in PFL history and was the first person to ever finish Taila Santos. Her striking is world-class. She comes from a family of martial artists. Her mother, Lisa Howarth, is a multiple-time world kickboxing champion. Dakota herself won gold at the 2016 IFMA World Muay Thai Championships. Her stand-up game is absolutely elite. Ditcheva is currently booked to fight Dutch flyweight Denise Kielholtz in February 2026 at PFL Road to Dubai. She's one of the most marketable fighters in the PFL roster and is considered the future of women's MMA. Now let's break down why this fight is so interesting and why Cyborg might actually be the favorite despite being 40 years old. First, the experience factor. Cyborg has 32 professional MMA fights. She's been competing at the highest level since 2005. That's 21 years. She's faced legends Gina Carano, Holly Holm, Marlos Conan, Julia Budd, Kat Zingano. Her resume is unmatched.
Oh! Head kick!
Big kick.
How did she take that?
Pacheco just ate it!
Wow.
Snapped the head back and she just kept coming.
My goodness. That would have put me to sleep.
Pacheco was coming forward. She flared her.
That head kick, oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Pacheco's lucky it was the foot that made contact.
Right.
If that was the shin, she might be sleeping.
Might have been a different night. Boom.
Dakota Ditcheva has 15 fights, all against solid but not legendary competition. She's never been tested by someone with Cyborg's complete skill set.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos
is in big trouble. She's in big trouble.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Ditcheva would be at a huge physical disadvantage. Cyborg is thicker, stronger, and has been dealing with larger opponents her whole career. For Ditcheva, this would be stepping into the deep end against a much bigger fighter. The smart money, it's on Cyborg. The experience, the grappling, the size advantage. It all points to the Brazilian legend.
Looking for that. Down, shake, shake, shake.
The MMA community is divided. Some fans think Ditcheva is too young, too inexperienced, and would get dominated on the ground. Others believe her youth, speed, and knockout power could shock the world. She's 29 and 2-1 no contest. She has 21 knockout victories. She's a 2-time IBJJF world champion, an ADCC medalist, and a BJJ black belt. She's competed in Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and submission grappling at the highest levels.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Naba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Got beautiful knee.
Oh, the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn and then the knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Naga and an elbow from Dakota.
Naba can't take a lot of those knees.
Oui, c'est vrai que c'était assez compliqué puisqu'à la base j'aurais dû combattre sur l'UFC Paris. Au début j'étais déçue forcément, mais franchement là je suis contente et je suis vraiment contente de faire cette carte, d'être sur la carte principale de l'UFC 280 et maintenant j'ai juste hâte, on y est enfin et j'ai hâte d'être samedi.
Oh, stunner with the left hand.
That's it.
Jazz Demesius is compromised. Fiorot trying to capitalize.
Oh my God.
Huge shots from Fiorot.
Oh!
Wow, a show-stopping first round.
Dakota Ditcheva needs to be very careful because there's a storm coming from France, and her name is Manon Fiorot. Let me paint you a picture of who Manon Fiorot really is. Born February 17, 1990, in Nice, France, this 34-year-old assassin currently sits at number 1 in the UFC women's flyweight rankings and number 6 in the pound-for-pound rankings. That's not just impressive, that's elite company. But here's where it gets interesting. Fiorot isn't just some one-dimensional striker. This woman started her journey at age 7 in karate. She even won the French snowboarding championship before returning to martial arts at 18, earning her black belt and joining the French national team. In 2014, she was selected for the Karate World Championships. Then she discovered kickboxing and Muay Thai, where she went 12-0 in amateur Muay Thai and captured 2 national champion titles. She also won 3 national K1 championships. This woman knows how to fight. Her MMA record, 13 wins, 2 losses, 7 knockouts, 6 decision victories. She's tied for the second longest win streak in UFC women's flyweight history with 7 consecutive wins. And here's the kicker, she's tied for second most knockouts in the division's history. Fiorot has defeated absolute killers. Former UFC champions Rose Namajunas and Jennifer Maia, top contenders Erin Blanchfield and Katlyn Chookagian. She even fought for the UFC title against Valentina Shevchenko in May 2025. And though she lost that decision, she came right back with a first-round TKO victory over Jasmine Jasudavicius in October.
And another side kick by Manon. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Beautiful hip throw.
Beautiful wizard kick there by Manon Fiorot. American wrestler, English boxing.
American wrestler.
Look. John, look, there it is, Mike.
Nah, Manon's the better grappler for sure.
And she circles off to her right. Oh, beautiful level change there.
I mean, that's a really good entry, but it's just not a really good decision.
Nice takedown.
Nicely done.
Oh, man, Maya immediately goes, oh!
Manon Fiorot consistently uses that lead leg. I'd like to see the back leg get thrown, though. As you were saying before.
Late stick by Jennifer Maia, who was game, but in all likelihood, Manon Fiorot too much tonight as she tries to extend her winning streak to 9.
This is not someone you want to face if your grappling isn't elite. And that brings us to Dakota Ditcheva's biggest problem. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, grappling. This is where Manon Fiorot becomes an absolute nightmare for Dakota Ditcheva. Fiorot's grappling credentials are off the charts. In 2017, she competed at the IMAF European Open Championships, and yes, she lost in the bantamweight final to wrestler Cornelia Holm. But here's what matters. She learned from that loss. A few months later, she won the IMMAF World Championships. She took that wrestling weakness and turned it into a strength. Now compare that to Dakota Ditcheva. Don't get me wrong, Dakota is a phenomenal striker. She's 15-0 with 12 knockouts. She's the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Champion, the youngest champion in PFL history, and the first British female MMA World Champion. Her striking is brutal. Those body punches are legendary. But here's the truth, nobody wants to say out loud. Dakota's grappling is her Achilles heel. She's a Muay Thai specialist who transitioned to MMA. Her background is striking, and more striking. She hasn't faced someone with Fiorot's level of grappling experience and technical ability.
Club and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer face! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
When Dakota fought Cornelia Holm, the same fighter who beat Fiorot in 2017, Dakota knocked her out in the 3rd round with a body punch, but that was a striking victory. What happens when Fiorot takes this fight to the ground? What happens when Dakota can't land those devastating body shots because she's defending takedowns and